What it did is it took us from obscurity to, I think, a bank that was making a difference downtown. So I think it was fabulous. I think for the shareholders, I think it really helped the value of the bank to the shareholders' investment. And I also think that it really allowed the community to have a partner to do a lot of things. And we became involved in more partnerships to try to do community-based projects, reinvest in the community, which is part of being a community bank.
How did you first get involved in banking? Why banking? Why did you choose that as your career?
I needed a job. I was about to get married, and I thought that being a resident director in one of the dormitories at the college that my wife and I went to was going to be just a ticket. And one of the trustees, who happened to be with Bank of America, and he drove up in his black limousine on his way to a trustee meeting for the college, and he said, "Are you Jim Haley?" "Yeah." "Get in the car, let's talk." And I was right out of a basketball practice, and I was sweating all over this black leather seats in the back of this car. I had a basketball in my arm. And,
where'd you go to school?
University of Redlands, Southern California.
Okay.
And so Hal Jackson had white slicked back hair and wore wire rimmed glasses, talked to me and said, "I want you to be in my office next week," and took me on for a job in banking, in a management training program.
At Bank of America?
At Bank of America in Orange County.
Will anyone go to a bank branch? Or will they just look at their phone?
Fewer and fewer folks are going into a bank branch. Banking it's a commodity business that is trying to be personalized, and that's kind of a tough combination, to be a commodity and to be personal at the same time. It also has risk parameters to it, where the bigger you get, the more centralized control you need, and you can't have risk out in the branches. You need to pull more risk into the headquarters, so that, again, depersonalizes the whole banking experience. There's going to be more regulation, no doubt about it. There are concerns with the too big to fail, which are the big banks, that there's too much systemic risk in the financial system. And on the other side, I think the local communities like Olympia are screaming for local presence, local decision-making, local engagement, that a banker can really understand his community and make local impact, make decisions. And it really tears at the industry. So, but what's going to be like? It's going to be more automated. Everything is going to be on your cell phone. You're right about that. The consumer products will become more there'll be more automation all the time. There's going to be more electronic access, and the cyber fraud is going to become more and more of a threat all the time. Mm-hmm. So cybersecurity is probably the biggest threat to you and me as a consumer, and it's also one of the biggest threats, if not the biggest threat to the financial services industry. The passion of the community, that's what I miss the most. Everybody is concerned about a whole bunch of different things, and it's always interesting to talk to somebody about whatever, be it the Isthmus, be it downtown, be it whatever about Olympia, about its future, about its past, about what it's experiencing or what it should be. The people in Olympia are very opinionated, and they're very intelligent about their opinions, and they're very vocal about their opinions. And I'm gonna miss sparring with the next folk that might disagree with what I'm trying to do. So I really respect the city council and what they have to do, and the diversity that they deal with, and they handle it very professionally and very well. So kudos to the city.
What would you like to be next for you? Are you open to working in banking again, or where do you see yourself?
Well, going forward, it's going to be something that's in the financial services industry. is going to be probably something in the banking arena someplace. Probably in the advocacy area. I want to give back to the industry that's been so good to me for the last 46 years. And I want to give back to the industry. I think it needs advocacy to help with the regulations, and I think it needs training and experience, because all the big banks left their training programs behind, and so now it's the education and the experience has kind of gone away, and so I'd like to help build that back into the system a little bit. I think that would be great for the consumer of bank services.